or people running out of road?
Yeah, very much so, because, you know, we're at the end of one of the longest straights on the WEC calendar, going into one of the slowest corners on the WEC calendar, certainly for this circuit, and that means that there's so many different dynamics. One is it's a great overtaking opportunity. It's quite wide, you can dive down the inside, a little bit bumpy, got to be careful. You're braking just over 100 metres, but from 300 kilometres per hour, and so down to a first gear hairpin. And the other factor is that the tyres and the brakes are cooling down all the way along this big straight. So you've got a massive temperature change in this temperature and tyre temperature when you're getting onto the brakes. And finally, it's sloping downhill, so the corner's going away from you. And with all of these dynamics at play, it means that when you're travelling at about 80, 85 metres per second, you've got to hit that braking point right.
Now, of course, it's dry right now, or drying. We've seen all sorts of conditions here in the past, so what happens if it is wet?
Well, that's very difficult if it's wet here, because it's quite low cloud cover. We're basically at the bottom of a mountain. Mount Fuji's over there in the sort of fog somewhere, and that means that the low cloud cover comes out. So if it is wet, the spray's got nowhere to go. So it sort of goes up and then it comes back down. And with this long straight, you do have a lot of spray hanging in the air, so it's difficult to see. The next thing is it's quite bumpy coming into this braking area. So if you do overtake someone or you make a small mistake in braking, say you miss your braking point by 1/10 of a second, you've covered about 8 metres in that 1/10 of a second. And the circuit's not that wide. And so you do find that a lot of people do misjudge the braking point, or alternatively put a little bit too much brake pressure, lock a brake, and then run out very, very wide at turn one. So wet or dry, there's always action down here. And you can see that by the fact the fans are already here for free practice one.